Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good evening, everyone, and Assalamu alaikum. First of all, let me introduce myself. This is me, Muhammad Junaid Khalid, your course facilitator for F7 Financial Reporting Paper. First of all, I would like to welcome you all in this particular session. And today is basically the orientation session of Financial Reporting Paper for all those students who are appearing for the upcoming attempt, that is March 2026. So in this particular session, what we are going to do, we are going to first of all look that what financial reporting is, that what is the paper, and how it is differentiated from the previous paper, that is a financial accounting. We all know that financial reporting paper is the advanced paper or advanced level of financial accounting paper, or FFA, which you have previously attempted in your ACCA journey. So we will look into that one, that what is the core difference and what is the difficulty level, what is the paper pattern, that how the examiner will be testing you, and lastly, the most important, that how we are going to cover this course, what will be the key features of this particular course. If you're registering yourself with me, that if you will be studying with my lectures, so obviously what advantage you are going to get in this particular course. So everything we are going to discuss in this particular session. Now, first of all, let me start with financial reporting paper, that what is financial reporting paper and how it is differentiated from financial accounting paper. First of all, we know that previously you must have gone through the financial accounting paper. What is financial accounting paper all about? So financial accounting paper was all about the accounting treatment, that is the basic accounting treatment, in which you were learning about the process of accounting. You were more focused for the process of accounting, that how the accounting should be done, that was the main idea. My screen is visible to everyone?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir, the screen is visible.
Rana, can you screen the screen? Can you see the screen? Okay, great. So financial accounting paper is basically it's a process of accounting, in which you are recording like process of accounting means that what you are doing in that particular course in the financial accounting paper, that you are focused on the process of accounting, like journal entries, like ledgers, the correction of errors, the trial balance, and then the financial statement, incomplete records. So it means you are focusing more on the process of accounting. But now here in financial reporting paper, obviously there's a huge difference. Now what is the difference? Let me give you a very simple example. For example, if you're preparing the financial statement, you are having a line item, that is a sales revenue, or at times you call it as a revenue as well. Now there's a sales revenue. So what you are doing in your financial accounting paper, the examiner provided you with the sales revenue value or the figure. What you were doing, you were just taking that value and you were copying it down, you were pasting it down over there, and you were preparing your income statement. But in your financial reporting paper, this is not going to be done. What does it mean? That in this particular financial reporting paper, we will let you know, you will learn that how the revenue should be recorded as per the international accounting standard, and the relevant accounting standard to record the revenue is IFRS 15. Yes, there are some specific rules on the grounds on which you will recognize the revenue. It's not the case that if you have sold out the asset or you have sold out the merchandise, so the revenue will be recorded. No, this is not the case. IFRS 15, it's an international accounting standard. This will guide you that how and with what amount and when, I repeat, how and with what amount and when the revenue should be recorded. So this is IFRS 15. This is not the end. For example, if you're moving towards the last part of the income statement, that is the income tax. So income tax, how the income tax will be calculated? So income tax in previous accounting paper, that is financial accounting, examiner most of the time, 99% cases, provided you with the amount of an income tax. But this will not be the case. income tax will be calculated, the amount of income tax will be calculated. It will not be provided. It will be calculated as per IAS 12. So there are certain rules that defines that how the income tax will be calculated. So financial accounting paper was more of a clerical paper. It was more of a computational paper, clerical paper, that you just need to calculate. You just need to put the values which are given in the question, and that was the financial accounting paper. But in financial reporting paper, we are more focused on the accounting standards. Accounting standards mean international accounting standards. It means we are more focused on the IFRS. IFRS. So financial accounting is like a basic level, or it's like a clerical task, that if you are doing a reporting, so it means you will guide your assistant, you will guide your clerk, that the person who is doing the financial accounting, that with this and this amount the revenue should be recorded. So it means now that is a financial accounting paper that will record these transactions. So it means financial reporting paper is an upgraded one. It's not the same as financial accounting. Number two, second thing is that if we are good in financial accounting paper, or vice versa, that if you're not good in financial accounting paper, so will this element be teasing you in financial reporting paper? That is a question which is frequently being asked by the students, that if you are extraordinarily strong in financial accounting, or there could be another side as well, there could be another side as well, there could be an extreme side as well, that I'm quite lazy, I'm quite inefficient in financial accounting paper, I'm not good at financial accounting paper. So whether these two features, the two extreme levels, are this going to impact on the financial reporting paper? So I would say no. Why? Because in a financial accounting paper, 25% knowledge will be tested in your financial reporting paper, and that 25% is the quite basic information like entries, ledgers, trial balance, double entry. So this is the basic 25% knowledge that is going to help you out in your financial reporting paper. Rest 75% area is quite new, 75% area is quite something very different. So it means if you are having a very good grip or understanding in your financial accounting paper, this is not going to have an impact on your FR paper. Similarly, if you are having no information, and if you are very lazy or very weak in your financial accounting paper, so nothing to worry about it, because obviously in the financial reporting paper we will be starting from the scratch. Remember, my lectures have been started from the scratch. Even there are few standards which you have already studied in your financial accounting paper, but while teaching that particular standard, what I have presumed, what I have assumed, that you are not informed, you are not good in that particular accounting standard. So obviously in the financial reporting paper, I have started that particular lecture from the scratch. I have started the lecture from the scratch, since if you are having no background, since if you are not having no knowledge about the financial reporting or the financial accounting even, so it means that all areas are considered and all areas are covered in that particular financial reporting paper. Are we clear on this one so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Rana. Shall we move on? Okay, now. What is the paper pattern of financial reporting paper F7? So the paper pattern is basically, it is divided into three sections. It is basically divided into three sections. That is the section A, section B, and section C. So FR paper, the time duration to complete the paper is 3 hours. FR paper, the time duration is 3 hours, and paper is divided into three sections, that is section A, section B, and section C. Now, what is section A, B, and C? In section A, you will be tested with the 15 MCQs. Yes, 15 MCQs, and each MCQ will carry 2 marks. So it means the weightage of the section A is 30 marks. The weightage of the section A is 30 marks. I repeat, section A, The name of the section A is basically the OTQ. Now, what is OTQ? OTQ is basically the objective test questions. So in this particular section, 15 questions, or you can say that 15 MCQs will be tested, and each MCQ will carry 2 marks. So the aggregate weightage of the section A would be of 30 marks. Now, for section B, there is a bit change, that 3 case studies will be asked by the examiner: case 1, case 2, and case 3. Now listen to me very carefully. In each case, for example, in case 1, the examiner will give you a complete scenario, and from that scenario, what you have to do, you have to answer 5 questions. Let me give you a scenario. For example, you must have heard, you must have learned about, you must have studied IAS 16, that is a property, plant, and equipment. For example, if the examiner states that there is a property, plant, and equipment, let's say machine, furniture, equipment, bought on this date, the cost of the asset is this, and the life of the asset is this, and the scrap value of the asset is this. Now, and after 3 years, the asset was depreciated, and after 3 years, the revaluation model was adopted. So now there is a complete scenario. Now, what the examiner will do, out of that complete scenario, examiner would ask 5 MCQs, or the 5 questions, and each question will carry 2 marks. So it means the aggregate weightage of the case 1 would be of 10 marks. So case 1, the aggregate weightage of the case 1 is 10 marks. Same goes with the case 2, that is 5 questions will be tested, each question will carry 2 marks, and the aggregate weightage would be of 10 marks. And same situation is for question 3, 5 question from the case 3, and each question will carry 2 marks. So again, the aggregate weightage would be of 10 marks. Now that section B is known as OTC, that is objective test cases. I repeat, there are 3 sections. Number 1, the OTQ, objective test questions. Number 2, that is section B, OTC, objective test cases. Are we clear on this one so far?
Yes, sir. Two types of
Yes.
questions.
Are you clear with this one? Yes, Mr. Rana. Saqib.
Yes, sir. Two types of questions. Objective.
Good. Okay. So it means in this section B, there will be 3 cases. That is case 1, case 2, case 3. That's why this section is known as what the OT cases. OTC stands for objective test cases. 3 cases will be tested, and each case will carry off 10 marks, 10 marks, and 10 marks. It means the aggregate weightage of the section B is going to be of 30 marks. Are we clear on this one? Yes, are we clear on this one? Okay, great. Now let's move on to section C.
Hello?
So,
Hello, can you hear sir?
yes, I can hear you.
सर ये मैंने ये पूछना था कि जो आप सेक्शन बी का भी बताया है, ये केस स्टडी जो होगी उसके अंदर से ही ये निकालने होंगे जो एमसीक्यूज होंगे.
Yes, exactly. There will be a scenario in which, for example, I gave you an example. Company purchased a property on 1st of January 2024. And the cost of the asset is, let's say, 5 lakh. Scrap value is 20,000. Life of the asset is, let's say, 10 years. Now, after 5 years, the company decided to revalue the asset, and further after 2 years, the company disposed of that asset. Now, that is the entire scenario. Now, the question number 1 related to that scenario. Question number 1, calculate the depreciation for the first year. Question number 2, calculate the amount of revaluation surplus. Question number 3, calculate the gain or loss on disposal. Question number 4, calculate the net book value at 31st December dash dash dash. So it means from that particular case or the scenario, 5 questions will be tested. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir. So basically, we have to solve that case study numerically and then pick values and match
Yes,
with the
exactly.
MCQ.
You have to solve that question. A rough sheet or a rough paper will be given to you along with the pencil. So definitely you will be solving that question. You will calculate the answer, and obviously the best answer you will select it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, in section C, the section C is basically a CRQ. CRQ stands for constructive response question. I repeat, CRQ stands for constructive response question. Constructive response questions. I repeat, CRQ stands for constructive response question. Now in this particular scenario, in this particular section, CRQ, constructive response question, what we are going to do, this is something very new, this is something very ideal, this is something very unique. Why I'm saying this one? Because in your previous exams, like for example in BT, business and technology, management accounting, the financial accounting, law, this is something which is new. You haven't faced it in your previous exams. So in this constructive response questions, what you are going to do, how the examiners will be testing you, there will be a question. For example, the question related to consolidation. Let me give you an example related to consolidation. Why? Because you have already attempted in your financial accounting paper, you are familiar with the word consolidation. Now, how the examiner will test you? How the examiner will test you? There will be a window on your screen. Obviously, it's a computer-based exam. And now let's see, that is the window. Now that is a window. On the left side of the window, let's say that is a smaller pane. That is a smaller area. Now on that left side, on that particular left side, there will be a question. The examiner, the complete question will be given on that left side of the pane. It's a question pane. It's a question area. Now on the right top area, let me identify. This is the right top area, and in that area there will be a requirement that what you have to do, whether you need to prepare the consolidated P&L, consolidated financial position. So there will be requirements. And remember, this is the question 1 of section C. Remember, 15 questions from section A, 15 questions from section B. 15 questions from section B. How 15 questions? You can see that each section, in each case, there are 5 questions. So in aggregate, obviously, there are 15 questions from section B. So 15 questions from section A, 15 questions from section B. Now that's fine. And total aggregate weightage, that is 30 plus 30 is equal to 60 marks. So it means 60 marks is for section A and section B. Now we are moving towards the section C, and the first question of section C, that comprises of 20 marks. It means in section C, CRQ, 2 questions will be tested and each question will carry 20 marks. So the aggregate weightage of the section C would be of 40 marks. So the aggregate weightage of the section C would be of 40 marks. Now how the question will be tested? Now in this particular scenario, the question is given on the left side pane, the requirement is on the top side, and now this area, in this area, the new area, that is the relevant area. In this area, there is going to be an Excel file. Yes, there is going to be an Excel file. There is going to be a spreadsheet. You guys must have heard about a spreadsheet. Have you guys heard about a spreadsheet? Have you guys heard about a spreadsheet or Excel file? Yes. Have you guys heard about the Excel file or the spreadsheet? So this is how the spreadsheet or the Excel file will be given, and all what you have to do, you need to draft the consolidated P&L in that particular financial statement, in that particular response area. This area is basically known as response area. Here you are going to draft the income statement or balance sheet. It means the consolidated statement of profit and loss will be drafted in that particular response area. Initially, what you were doing, you were solving the question on your paper and using the pen or the pencil. But this time, the same profit and loss account will be drafted, and this will be drafted on Excel file, that you will be typing the answer instead of using the pen. or pencil, you will be drafting, you will be typing the answer on the Excel file. Are you getting a point? Yes, please. Is there any question related to section C? Are you clear with this one? That how the question will be tested in your exam? Coming to that point, Sakib, it's a good question. Which particularly areas will be tested in CRQs? I will let you know. Let me show you. Let me show you the entire syllabus, and then I will identify. Any other question? Are you getting the point that how the examiner will be testing for the CRQ section? So there will be two questions will be tested in your CRQ. One, let's say, could be a consolidated profit and loss account, and the second one, it could either be an income statement or balance sheet or the financial statement. So two questions will be tested. One, the consolidation. Let's say another one is the financial statement. I will show you. So there will be two questions, and that is going to be the long question. 20 marks each. So it means two questions will carry 40 marks. Are you all getting the point? Is there any problem with that one? Please do let me know. Please do participate. Yes, Sadman, Muhammad, Saqib, Maha, Rana. Okay, great. Now, this is the paper pattern that we have discussed. And so, is there any specific requirement that you should secure 50% marks in all sections? It's not required. You just need aggregate 50% marks to pass the exams. Now this is the course outline. This is the course outline for financial reporting paper. Now, if you're appearing for the taxation paper, for example F6, I don't know whether you guys have attempted that F6 paper or not, or F7 or financial reporting paper could be a first paper of yours. But in taxation examiner, the ACC examiner has highlighted that which areas are important, for section B, and what areas could be tested in section B, or what areas could be section tested in section C. Like in AA audit and assurance, there is a good news that the examiner has stated, the ACC examiner has stated that yes, in these are the areas that could be tested in section B, and these could be tested in section A. So it means that in other courses there is a blessing, but for financial reporting paper there is no specific guidelines. There is no specific guidelines that which areas will be tested in section A, B, or even C. But as far as my practical experience, as far as my observation is concerned, what I have observed that for the last many attempts, there are three topics that could be tested for section C, and these are the three main topics which I have highlighted. You can see the box over here, that general presentation of financial statement, that examiner might provide you a data and you need to prepare the financial statement in section C, that is in the response area. Number two, the examiner might ask you a question that is related to consolidation, and third one is the ratio analysis, that is the interpretation of financial position. So it means these are the three areas. So it means I could say this one and very confidently that this area basically comprises of 40% of the area. So it means if you are preparing yourself for these three areas efficiently and effectively, so obviously you are covering the 40% of your area. Rest of the standards, all standards are important. Remember, all standards are equally important. Are you getting a point? Yes, everyone, please respond me that. Is it clear to everyone? Okay, great. So these are the three areas: financial accounting, that is the financial statement; number two, consolidation; and the third one is the ratios. These three areas are very important and it comprises of 40% of your paper. Rest of the areas, standards, all are important, but remember, we have to prepare for each and every standard. Reason being that at times it happens that, for example, if you thought that this information or this standard is not that important and you skip that one, you didn't revise it, you didn't practice it, but in your paper with the same topic, with the same area, if the examiner asks you for the 10 marks or the 12 marks, so obviously this is going to be a difficult or the challenging one. So it's better that you must know that you must start here right now. Okay, now coming to the passing ratio financial reporting paper. So here is the passing ratio, and I believe that the financial reporting passing ratio is far better than the other papers, and it's considered to be the good passing ratio, that is above 50%. So this is one of the good passing ratio right now for financial reporting paper. Yes, are you guys clear with this one? Okay, great. Okay. As far as the global pass rate is average, on an average, it's 48% for financial reporting paper. But Alhamdulillah, by the grace of Almighty Allah, the passing ratio for financial reporting students of mine students, that is institute students, that is around 66%. So here it is a very good difference that the global pass rate is around 48%, but the KNS pass rate is around 66%. So it's a good paper, it's an achievable one. But one thing that you need to remember, that F7 financial reporting paper is a lengthy one. It's a lengthy one. It's a lengthy topic. It's a lengthy chapter. So financial reporting paper, it's a lengthy one. Lots of information, lots of information, lots of rules, lots of data is given over here. So obviously it would take a time, and it's a lengthy one, but it's not that a difficult one, it's not that a technical one. Now there are few strategies that you need to follow to secure good marks, that how you can do that one, that these are the few steps. For example, complete course coverage, try to complete the course coverage as soon as possible. Practice for the BPP and Kaplan kit. Attempt grand test 1, 2 and 3. Yes, once you will be registering yourself with the course, so I will provide you 3 grand tests, and these 3 grand tests comprises of different accounting standards. Then we have practice of study up quizzes and practice questions, that is you need to practice for the study up, and you need to practice you need to practice the study up questions material that is given on your portal. Recent past paper practice, section C from the practice platform. Try to attempt the practice platform, as I told you, as soon as possible, so that you can identify the mistakes over there. And again, attempt pre March, June, September, December mock exam from the practice platform. Try to achieve the practice platform and try to attempt the mock exam on that particular venue. Attempt as FR specimen. These are the tools which are available on your MyACCA. MyACCA. That is the pre-March, June, September, December mock exams for practice platform. And specimen, you need to attempt practice exam 1, practice exam 2. So it means that is something you need to entertain. And now how the LMS looks like. Once you will be registering yourself, so here it's going to be an interface that the chapter that you would like to select, for example framework, or it could be IS16. For example, you clicked on the IS16. Once you're done with all the lectures, there are MCQs attached to that particular lecture. There are MCQs attached to that particular lecture. Yes. Are you clear with this one, guys? Yes. Are you guys clear with this one? So that is the practice, and what I have done, that I have compiled the BPP and Kaplan kit. So BPP and Kaplan kit questions are attached parallel to the lectures. Parallel to the lectures. So it means the BPP and Kaplan kit is being compiled by me, and this is available. Available, and what is the advantage of it? That the student does not need to search the question. Here, the BPP and Kaplan kit all together is summarized, and the questions related to with along with the answers are given over here. Yes, are you guys clear with this one? Now it's your time. Any questions? Yes, please. Yes, if you are appearing for the March attempt, yes, it's a doable task. For example, today is the mid of December, so we have January and February. Like December 15 days and January and February. So yes, it's a doable task. You can, but since if you're starting right now, it's a fresh course, so you have to put a lots of efforts and try to complete the lectures. You need to make a plan of it. You need to make a plan of it. Try to complete the lectures. Try to complete the lectures as soon as possible. Yes, is there any other question? Yes, anyone else would like to ask something? Yes, anyone else would like to ask something related to financial reporting paper, related to paper
सर
approach or yes.
सर मैंने सीए से ना इधर एसीसीए में कन्वर्ट हुआ हूँ, तो आई गॉट 7 एग्जाम्पशन इन एसीसीए, सो दिस इज माय फर्स्ट पेपर.
Okay.
So एक तो थोड़ी सा need guidance about like how to attempt it, and the other thing is that in last attempt I have studied FAR2, which is I have like compare the both subject FR and CA FAR are like similar. So do you think I should need to take lectures, or those CA courses enough?
Okay. So let me repeat your question. That since you are from the CA background and so far you have already studied the FAR1 and FAR2, that is the financial reporting 1 and financial reporting 2. So is there a need to take lectures for financial reporting F7 paper? So I would say no. There is no need to take lectures. What would be the strategy for you? What you have to do, you just try to recall. You must have maintained your register in your CA program. So if you are having your register, just try to recall the rules. For example, start with IS 16, property, plant and equipment. Try to recall the rules that you have already done in your CA program. Once you are done with the rules, you have recalled each and everything, each and every area, downward, upward revaluation, disposal, each and everything. Now just close down your register, open your BPP and Kaplan kit, open your study up, that is study up which is available on your MySCCA program, and try to attempt the questions. And if you are able to attempt those questions, and most of the time 90% chance that you will be able to attempt those particular questions or MCQs. So if you are comfortable with that one, move on to that, move on with this strategy. Hopefully inshallah you will ace it. There's no problem. But since if you're not able to, but yes, disclaimer. What is the disclaimer? That if you're not able to recall what you have done in your CA program, if you're blank, for example, if you forgot each and everything and you're not able to recall that one, now in that particular case, if if your previous memory is not working, then obviously you have to take the lectures. You can't take risk. Are you getting a point?
Okay. Yes, sir. And sir, I want to ask, like, can I get like only test for portal? Like, I can give test, and the test you mentioned, 3
Yes, you
grand
can.
test.
You can contact me in personal, and I will provide you with the grand test and the mock exams. Doesn't matter. Don't worry.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any other question? Any other question from any other student, please? Related to financial reporting paper? Yes. Is there any other participant who would like to ask? Okay, my lectures are available for both languages, that is Hindi, Urdu, and English. So the lectures are available for Urdu or Hindi, as well as English lectures are also available for F7 financial reporting paper. Those students who are interested, they can definitely contact me via WhatsApp. Let me share with you my WhatsApp number. So this is my WhatsApp number. You can definitely reach me out. No, 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 no. For the ratios are a bit different from financial management. It's not that of a similar one, but yes, obviously there are a few ratios which would I would say that that would resemble, but majority of the ratios are different, and the approach would also be different. In financial management, the approach is quite different, but in financial reporting, the paper approach is different. Sakib, are you getting a point? Yes. Any other student would like to ask something? Yes, Ashfaq, Rana, Sadman, Sanobar, Saqib. Any other question that you would like to ask? Okay. If there is no question, let's wind up. And thank you so much for joining this session. And I wish and I pray that may Allah bless you all, and you all score very good marks in your papers, and you have a very good practice and the preparation for your upcoming paper, that is financial reporting or any other paper that you are appearing for. So I wish you all a very best of luck. If you have any concern or the query, I have shared my WhatsApp number with you guys. You can definitely reach me out. I'm just a message away. Thank you so much for joining this session, and Allah Hafiz. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, is the every purchase of ACCA is will cost in euro, like the euro currency?
Sorry, can you please repeat?
Uh, Sir, purchasing the ACCA course, ACCA course is costing in euro in from my country, but
Uh,
is it costing euro for everywhere?
it's pound. It's not euro, it's pound.
Oh, yes, sir. Okay, it's pounds.
Yes, you'll be paying the fees for ACCA in pounds, obviously, but obviously, if you're purchasing lectures, so that could be negotiated. This could be paid in either of the currency. It doesn't matter. Okay, Sanobai, at home, difficult to follow routine study. Yes, that's true, Sanobar. What I advise, that I don't know that from where you are, you're from Karachi or from any other country or any other city. But what I would recommend, that if you're taking recorded or the online lectures, so please from any institute, so Karachi. So I would recommend you, Sanobar, that if you're taking lectures from KNS, that is my lectures, so I would recommend you to please come here at KNS, have some sitting in your library, study in an environment. Remember, this is something a human nature is, that if you got the environment to study, so you will study. But since you are staying at home, obviously there will be so many distractions, and the distraction could be from your family side, distraction could be your friends, distraction could be your gadgets. So there could be multiple distractions. So I would recommend you, those who are studying in Karachi here and they're studying from KNS School of Business Studies, especially my lectures, so I would invite you to please come here at KNS. And I frequently visit here. I daily visit here at KNS. So obviously you can interact with me as well. You can ask questions in which you are facing difficulty, and obviously once you will find the environment, so it would be quite easier for you to study. So I would recommend. And if you are in another country, in another city, so what you can do, you can have, obviously there will be some library, or you will find some space for study, so go there out. Please don't stay at home, please don't study at home. At times majority of the students says that we are comfortable at home, so okay, that's perfectly fine. If you find yourself a very productive one at your home, so it's good. But most of the time it happens that students are not like in your case. It's I completely agree that at home it's quite difficult to study. So I would request you, I would recommend you to please go somewhere where you find the environment to study. So once you will get the environment, if you have peers, if you have friends, those who are preparing for the exams, so obviously your preparation would be affected. Sanoba, are you getting a point? Yes, Sakib. I have compiled the book in which there is a theory, there's a practice questions, and inshallah, by the grace of Almighty Allah, this content is sufficient. Uh, if you want to opt some other content, if you think that I need to consider more content, so I would recommend go for the study up. In study up, theory is given over here, and you can definitely uh, visit that material. It's a good content provided by an ACCA. But otherwise, if you rely on my content that I have provided you guys, so it would be sound enough. It would be enough, inshallah. Most welcome. Okay, this is me, Junaid Khalid, signing off from this session, and thank you so much for joining. Allah Hafiz.